Hey guys, so I just real quick want to touch on the thing about the Goatis Edits archive channel, and I'll word it very appropriately because there are certain rules to follow and whatnot. And right now would be a time where they would be baiting me to violate those rules potentially, and I'm too smart for that. They would also be trying to get at me to get information, and that didn't happen either. But because I have a right to let the audience know what happened when I've told them there's going to be a debate, and then someone has told me that they are committing fraud on their channel, it would be called impersonation fraud. I have a right to let the audience know that that's been said. That is perfectly legal. It's covered under 18 U.S. Code. I think it's section 1343, which has to do with fraud, usually financial, but folded within that body of law is impersonation fraud, any type of fraud. So the guy flat out told me, his verbiage was that he is not the same man that he's putting in the videos, which we all know who that guy says that he is. He's an open follower of Goatis, and I just won't bother saying his name in this video for a variety of reasons, but he says he's not that guy. Now, I don't know if that's even who sent the email. The guy says he wants to email me. I tell him that it's in my description. He starts playing around like he doesn't know how to find it. So then I say it in one of my videos and I tell him that. And right after that, he emails me. And the email has the same name as the person that says they make those videos. And then he says he's not that guy. He starts running his story about how he really is an anti-Goatis person, and he knows where they are. He knows who Prussian is. He has pictures of Prussian, this, that, and the other thing. Now, I don't trust any of this as far as I can throw it. He tells me a country he thinks that Goatis is in and all of this, and that he can prove up to me this and that. You got to understand, and this is something I wanted to make people know. When people are trying to do things that are nefarious, of course, this is all very stupid. They're not very good at it. But there's one thing that is a little more clever that I wanted you guys to think about. So he throws out a thing there of being a student of psychology, you blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm not a student of psychology. Someone else is. So either he got his wires crossed. Jake has a degree in that. He's talked about that on his other channel. These people watch all of our channels. So either he got his wires crossed, or you got to realize they put feelers out where they'll give you wrong information in the hopes that you will correct them. That's something I learned a long time ago doing political activism. They'll say something to you and get it just a little bit wrong so that you'll start chatting them up and correct them about yourself. Then you give away info about yourself, and they use that to go look you up. So this all can be very dangerous with people like this. That's why I do want to warn people. I know most of you know this, but even if you think you're doing like activism to help and you want to kind of have a go at some of these people or talk to them or whatever, any interaction with them should be brief and careful, because you may think you're not doing anything that could get yourself entangled or in trouble, or outing things about yourself that they could use to find people and things like this, but that could be the case. So just to let y'all know what I know, I had somebody fill me in on some more details about this person. They also agree that it is somebody else. They don't think it's Goatis. I'm not sure. It even could be that guy. But regardless, he is up to no good. He never had any intentions of doing a debate. He claims he's against Goatis, if that's who sent the email. And yeah, so, and he, by the way, on his channel said, I sent you an email. It's on the channel right now. You can see where he said it. He might have taken it down. I made screenshots. And then I said, I've got the email. So, yeah, coincidental? I don't think so. And then other trolling accounts, right when he was sending me a barrage of accusing me of doxing him, by the way, which I said I never did any such thing. I said what you said in the email, which I have a right to do. And so he's not getting me on anything. So anyway, just know that there's fraud going on. These people are full of crap. And also reporting Jake's channel would not be something that somebody would do that was interested in helping Diane, since he's one of her biggest helpers, even if he didn't like the guy. So that's another thing that ought to tell you something. And then the guy writing to me right after I get all these emails on my channel has similar videos about Jake. So these are just people wasting time on the internet. Their purpose is just to obfuscate facts and get people distracted and stuff like that. So don't get too entangled. You got to realize I've had like 4 or 5 of these kind of things go on. This one's just a little more public because I said, hey, do you want to debate these facts? And he said he did. So then I had to let you know that that's bullshit. There won't be a debate, because he's telling me he's not even that guy. He never had any good faith intention to debate anything. So, you don't even know about the other ones that are telling me they're They've been covertly trying to find Goat Boy, and they'll tell me something, and then I'll tell them what to do. By the way, I told this guy, if he has any of that information, exactly how to turn it in. Instead, he just made another goofy video. He hasn't done any such thing. So these aren't people helping at all. And please don't believe that. I had another one. I thought about bringing this up. You never know. Like, I don't care that much, because you got to realize anything that's not really going to help, I pay much less attention to. There's tiers of trust. So like, obviously Diane and Jake and a few other people are on that top tier. The Ghost of James Uganda, the Cloak and the Dagger, Goatis, and a couple of people that you don't know about, they don't make content, are there as well, that have given me like access back when I didn't really know how to access the Dutch court database. People like that, that were like, hey, here's where you can get the trial transcript. There's a girl who showed me how to do that. People like that, they're on the top tier. And for a long time, I've interacted with them and know that they're, trustworthy. And then there's a second tier of people that have shown me good information, never done anything weird, and don't particularly want attention. So I trust them too, just a little bit less, because I don't really know that much about what they're doing. And then you have people that you just have no idea who they are or what they're doing. And they even seem to be up to no good. So there was a whole thing they were trying to start about other people a little while ago. It was a girl who is active on the Kiwi site. I'll leave it at that. I have no idea. And I kind of want her, if she probably watches my videos, just to say why I stopped responding to you was just that I'm fine to hear whatever somebody has to say. But when I don't know what to make of it, I just stop interacting. And it's not any offense. It's just like, this is confusing. It looks like it could be nefarious. So, and it's not something I particularly need to get involved in. That doesn't mean I'm against you if you're doing meaningful activism. It just means, I'm not going to have much to say about it. So I've had a lot of that kind of stuff go on, and I just, kind of put everything within its proper tier. Some things are totally trustworthy. Other things are just odd and even look like they're ploys to cause problems. So just know that that's what that is, and then make of that whatever you will. It's up to you to make up your own minds. And be very cautious when you're interacting with people online, because predatory people, this is a perfect playground for them, as we can see with this whole case. That's all what it's all about. So yeah, that's just the message that I wanted to relay about it. It's not worthy of a whole lot of attention, other than it's just a prime example of sicko behavior on the internet. So everybody have a good rest of their week. When I have everything done on the important work, I will be making a comprehensive video on it for you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.